today. Let's stand up if you feel comfortable and sing a few songs together.
Super Bowl Sunday.
All right, we're going to take a few seconds to say hello to everyone. Say hello, turn around, say hello to the people you know, you don't know. Make sure you turn around to the cameras or on the sides and say hello to the people that are watching at home because we appreciate them being here as well.
What'd she say?
I don't know why we're in Zoom mode, but now I can see myself dancing.
Hello, hello.
Okay, and now we're going to sing another song. You can sit down and relax during this one. It's a little slower.
Good afternoon, and excuse me. Good afternoon, and welcome to Unity Fort Worth. I'm Jennifer, and I'm serving as our platform chair today. We are so happy to have you with us and want to extend a special welcome to newcomers. If you didn't receive a welcome packet on your way in and would like one, you can raise your hand now and an usher will bring one to you. Or if you're shy, you can also pick one up from the welcome table after service. Thank you for being part of our community today, where our mission is to provide a safe space where everyone can experience spiritual growth and realize their divine potential. We hope you'll find that to be true today as we enjoy the service and potluck after, and that you'll join us for more Sunday services in the future. Today, our transitional minister, Reverend Aliza, is with us virtually. Let's say hello to her. She's there, honest. There, yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Reverend Aliza will be sharing her message with us on building a culture of love, perfect for the Unity Fort Worth, as we continue to bring forth our vision for a vibrant community, powerfully transforming our world through personal and shared spiritual awakening. But first, let's ooh and ah over the gorgeous flowers that Teresa sent. They are sponsored by Lane Smith in celebration of her 43rd birthday today. Happy birthday, Lane. And since February is Prayer Bear Month, Lane has a personal story about prayer bears that she would like to share with us today.
Happy birthday, Lane. Thank you. I wore my sparkle suit for today. Well, this is the story that I tell every year about prayer bears because I have a personal experience with them, and we'll see if this year I cry again. When my youngest son, Connell, was a few days old, I took him to the doctor for just a checkup, and the doctor told me that he was dehydrated. And that was like devastating to me because I thought we were doing okay. I knew we had some issues with breastfeeding, but it was just like, I wasn't expecting it to be so bad that we needed to be admitted to Cook's. And so we were admitted to Cook's that day, and I was just an emotional mess. And the prayer bears entered the story sometime during our first day there. And I was just distraught and crying and sitting on the bed while they were getting him all set up and everything. I went away for a little bit to, I don't know, take a shower or something, make myself feel sane again or something. I don't know. Anyway, I went away for a little bit and I came back and there was this little blue bear that was sitting on a table with a book and a letter that said the story about what the prayer bears were for. And here's the crying part. At that time, I wasn't super comfortable with the idea of God. I was still working through some stuff, and I wasn't comfortable with the idea of someone praying for me, but in that moment, I just really needed it. I just needed to know that I wasn't alone, and that's what the prayer bear was for me, was knowing that, thank you, was knowing that in this moment, where I was feeling like the worst mom ever, because I didn't notice the signs before, that someone was out there thinking of us, and that we had this thing to hug and to hold and to help us feel better while we were going through this. And that's why they were really just meaningful to me. We got to bring it home. Connell was only there for a few days. They got him all hydrated back up again. We worked out some breastfeeding issues and made sure that we had plenty of formula and all that stuff. So I left smarter and a better mom, and just knowing that someone out there was thinking of us, and that was really meaningful to me. And it was even more meaningful when the following year, so we started, Connell was born in August 2017, and we started coming to Unity not long after, and or around that time. And In 2018 was the first time that I had experienced a Prayer Bear Month. And just knowing that this community was contributing to that comfort that I was able to get from the Prayer Bear was really made it even more meaningful to me. So this is a cause that's like near and dear to my heart. And I'm so excited that we do this every year to help other families that are in the same situation that I was. So, do we have it up? Okay. So please donate. Maybe one year I'll be able to tell this story without crying, but as you can tell, it means a lot to me. So as much as you can donate, that would be great. Thank you. And Sarah's going to read the word for us.
Today's word is power. The affirmation is, I have power over my thoughts and feelings. Let's say this together. I have power over my thoughts and feelings. My feeling of divine power means I am grounded in spiritual truth and understanding. I speak my mind with calm certainty and change my mind whenever I choose. I live in a state of inner security and mastery. If I wish to make changes, I exercise dominion over myself and have faith in my innate power as a human being that encompasses my divinity and my humanity. In the past, I may have looked outside myself to feel powerful, taking on another's beliefs or affiliating with something outside of myself. Now I understand the true power lies within, and I have dominion over my thoughts and feelings, knowing that I derive them from divine ideas. I am divine. I have the power to create my life. Today's scripture verse is from Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For God did not give us a spirit of cowardice, but rather a spirit of power and of love and of self-discipline. The affirmation again, I have power over my thoughts and feelings. Let's do this together. I have power over my thoughts and feelings.
You know I love you. There's the kind of life when every choice you make's a safe one, predictable. When every moment's like the last one, everything even slightly, barely scary is locked away. It's the kind of life where your engine's never gunning, sitting tight, know your heart is hardly running. Nobody better be messing with the schedule for your usual day. Then there's the kind of life where your pot of gold may never come, where your dream's so big it's never done, where your work feels less like work than fun. I tell you what I want, that one, that one. I want that one, that one. Yeah, give me the kind of life where wrong is sometimes right and black is sometimes white as well. I want that one, that one. Oh yeah, that one, that one. I will fail and I'll succeed, I'll laugh and I will bleed. Every day's a mystery and time will always tell. Look at me, going a million different directions, messy me. Call it perfect imperfection. Don't bother me asking where I'm headed, cause I really don't know. No, crazy me. Today I may become a rock star. Then again, it'd be cool to drive a NASCAR. Tomorrow I might decide to wrestle crocodiles for Nat Geo. Oh, no, no, no. You don't need to say that my pot of gold may never come. I know my dreams are big, it's never done. But if my life can be never-ending fun, I tell you what I want. That one, I want that one, that one. Yeah, give me the kind of life where wrong is sometimes right and black is sometimes white as well. I want that one, what comes naturally. I don't want to live like no one else. Gotta be true to me. Always be true to me. Yeah, that one. I want that one. Oh, give me the kind of life where wrong is sometimes right and black is sometimes white as well. I want that one, not some boring, ordinary flat one. I will fail and I'll succeed, I'll laugh and I will bleed. Every day's a mystery, and that's the life for me. Yeah, that's the life for me. Yeah, I want.
I'm certain that Reverend Aliza is really coming soon.
There I am. Will you join me in an invocation? Today it's based on the readings from 1 Corinthians. If I have faith that can move mountains but do not have love, I am nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others, and it is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes. Love, the great harmonizing principle that binds together humankind. The pure essence of being. Love is God, and God is love. Let us open our hearts today to this love. Let us open our minds today. And so it is. Amen. Can you imagine a world that has as a global foundation a global culture that is love? What might it look like? What might it be like? What might it feel like? And with that first question, notice what comes up for you. Is it resistance, maybe? Is it yes, maybe? Is it doubt or disbelief, maybe? Maybe it's, you've got to be kidding. Yeah, that'd be great, but in somebody's fairy tale. Today, I want to invite you into a possibility. Can you lean into a new perspective, a new possibility, one in which this might be true? Now, granted, the world is a little crazy. right now, our country's a little crazy right now. There's lots of things going on. There's lots of people who are in fear. Lots of people in fear for their lives, for their homes, for their jobs, for their funding. There's lots going on in the world. And we don't discount any of that. But the Course in Miracles tells us that there are really only two emotions. There's love and there's fear. So what if every single time you touch that place of fear, which can show up also like anger or grief or betrayal, but that underlying, whatever's underlying that, if it's fear, what if you could transcend it with love every single time? What might that do to your world, to your life, to our world? Would it change it? I happen to think the answer is yes. The second question is one I often ask: what are you paying attention to? And how is what you're paying attention to causing you to feel? If it's causing you to feel more anxious, to feel more stressed, to feel more chaos, to feel more fear, would you be willing to shift your perspective? It becomes a practice that is moment by moment by moment, calling us up in the practice of our spiritual truth principles. It's very simple, and it is not always easy. But one of our basic principles is what you put your attention on, you see more of, you get more of. So just ask yourself, what am I paying attention to right now? Notice in your body, do you feel constricted in any place, in any way, in any shape, in any form? How can you soften that constriction into an expansion, even if it's just a moment? So if you're willing to shift your perspective, I'm going to invite you into a big, bold idea. I learned a new word recently. It's called Delulu. It's D-E-L-U-L-U. Say it with me. Delulu. 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 It actually comes as derived from the word delusional. And it means, are you crazy? Or being crazy. Would you be crazy enough that you could imagine a world that had a global culture of love? So I personally have been playing with this idea of Delulu and this possibility of being Delulu enough to not only call it forth, but also to see it. I mean, we're in such chaos right now. Why not be Delulu for that which we know to be true? For a world, can you imagine a world that works for all people? Can you imagine a world that has as its foundation oneness as opposed to separation, love as opposed to fear, sufficiency, equality, sustainability? Can you imagine a world that had the distribution of resources in a way that works for all people? All people, regardless of what you look like or who you love or what your skin color is or what country you came from or what belief you have, regardless, because we believe that all people are born with that divinity within. Now, we're not going to talk about people's actions, right? We're going to go to that place of divinity. We'll talk about actions some other day, maybe. But lean in and begin to imagine, like if the world had a culture of love, what might we see? We might see more innovation. We might see more kindness. We might see more compassion. We might see more beauty or creativity. We might see more ease. Can you imagine? Would it be all right with you if your life got a little easier? Pay attention. Coming up very soon, our own Jeanette Jordan's going to be teaching one of my books called Falling into Ease. Release your struggle and create a life you love. You don't want to miss this. Announcements are coming on that very soon. But can you imagine what else? What else would be birthed in this possibility of a global culture of love? What else would be birthed from this crazy Delulu idea that it's possible? There's a couple of quotes on crazy. Niels Bohr says, if an idea does not appear bizarre, there's no hope for it. I love that. Gioconda Belli says, the world has always gone forward when people have dared to have crazy ideas. And Peter Diamandis says, the day before something is a breakthrough, it's a crazy idea. So all three of these quotes from very different sources encourage us to go outside of our comfort zone, outside that which we believe is possible, to be Delulu, to hold and to activate and to call in and to be this crazy idea. And of course we need a joke. It's not a very good joke, so, it's just is. Behind every crazy woman is a man who made her that way. I know. I told you, I warned you, it wasn't very good. But what if, can you lean in? Can you feel the possibility bubbling up? And can you feel an activation of a possibility happening within you right now? Can you even begin to imagine it? Can you even begin to dream it? But how do we do it? Even if we dreamed it, how would we do it? There's a story called the Daffodil Principle. And the Daffodil Principle, the story goes like this. There was a mother who was going to visit her daughter in the Northwest somewhere, and it was a rainy, cold, dreary day, kind of like it is here in Arkansas. And she didn't want to go. And she got there and her daughter was so excited to see her, and they planned this several times and it got changed. And anyway, you know how the whole life gets busy thing. And the daughter's like, we got to go for a drive. And the mother's like, I just got here. I didn't want to get in the car. I don't want to go out in that weather. And the daughter was insistent. So they got in the car and she had two little girls with her, and they drove and they drove and they drove. I don't know, maybe like 30 minutes. So not really like very far, but they drove, and the mother's whiny and cranky. And where are you going? This doesn't look like where you said we were going to go. And she said, don't worry. It'll be worth it. Just give me a couple of minutes. And so they parked at this place. They came around the corner and they parked and they got out. It was a little bit of a parking lot. And the daughter says, come on, let's walk up here. And so they each grabbed a girl's hand, one of the daughters. And it's still it's not really rainy now, but it's a little kind of just misty. And the mother is like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. And they walked just a little ways, and all of a sudden they turned the corner on the path, and they all four gasped. Oh! I'm going to read this part. The mother says this, before me lay the most glorious sight. It looked as though someone had taken a great vat of gold and poured it down over the mountain peak and slopes. The flowers were planted in majestic, swirling patterns, great ribbons and swaths of deep orange, white, lemon yellow, salmon pink, saffron, and butter yellow. Each different colored variety was planted as a group so that it swirled and flowed like its own river, with its own unique hue. There were 5 acres of flowers. But who has done this? And the daughter said, just one woman. She lives on the property, that's her home. And Carolyn, the daughter, pointed to a well-kept A-frame house that looked small and modest in the midst of all that glory. And they walked up to their house, and on the patio they saw a poster. Answers to the questions I know you are asking. The first answer was simple. 50,000 bulbs. The second answer was one at a time by one woman. 2 hands, 2 feet, and very little brain. The third line said, began in 1958. There it was, the daffodil principle. For that mother, that moment was life-changing. She thought of this woman who she'd never met, who over 60 some years ago, planted one or a handful of daffodils, one at a time, to bring her vision of beauty and joy to an obscure mountaintop. Yet planting one bulb at a time changed that world. And all of a sudden she felt so sad, wondering what might I have accomplished had I started 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 years ago to do one action on that big, bold, Delulu goal or dream or vision that I once had, or maybe that I currently have, and worked away at it, one bulb at a time. Through all those years, just think what I would have been able to achieve. And the daughter, in her wisdom, summed up the message of her day. She said, start today. Start today. And so what if we started today? What if we started today to being a culture of love in ourselves, for ourselves, to ourselves, through ourselves, into the world? One action, the equivalent of planting one daffodil bulb. What would the world look like if we all did this? Earlier in the fall, November, December, I did my own 30-day challenge with this question. I committed to 30 days to every single day sitting in my meditation, in my intuitive journey process, to consider, not from my egoic mind, but through that process of meditation, leaning into the field of the spiritual heart, receiving from spirit, what would the world look like if it were a global culture of love? And those 30 days changed me. They changed me in what I was seeing and how I was thinking. And at first I got some of those words that I've already shared with you about the innovation and the collaboration, the compassion and the kindness and the equality. Each day as I went through this particular process, something new arose. And I went into it with the intention, and what else? And what else? And what else? And it was quite miraculous. And so much so that my friend, we were going to do it together, and then I didn't. So my friend Francesca did a 30-day, and she completes, I think they complete their 30 days today, and I was a part of that also. And then we have a big celebration on Friday, which happens to be our universal day of love, being Valentine's Day. But what's come from that is a transformational shift. There's over 55 of us, I think, who are doing this together this time. There were 2 of us doing it in the fall. What's come is the possibilities keep opening up. But part of the magic comes because every single day we end that meditative journey, that intuitive journey, with a question: what is one action that I can do today that will cause a ripple of influence, that will cause a ripple that will impact the world into the possibility of a global culture of love. Now, will the global culture actually turn around this week? You know, maybe, because I love miracles, but also maybe not. But what if in this practice we could transcend and utilize this practice as a catapult to it happening? What if we began to see everything that's happening out there as a call to love? Of Course in Miracles says everything is either love or a call for love. So what if we began to see what we see out in the world as a call to love? And what if we began to answer that call to love? Now we've been talking about, or I've been talking about, probably ever since I've been here in Fort Worth, about kindness, activating kindness. That is an action of love. So we're ramping it up a little bit. I'm calling you, I'm challenging you to ramp it up a little bit from kindness. What would love do? What would love do? What would love see? How would love respond to this situation, whatever it is, whether it's individual, personal, whether it's, community-wise, whether it's global? What would love do? And what if we are the ones planting the bulbs, planting the seeds that will ultimately turn into 5 acres, a full globe that had as its global culture a real sense of love? Can you feel that one little action would make a difference? That your action could make a difference? And it does, because it's a ripple effect. And it does because first and foremost, when you take that action and make that commitment, you line up with yourself, with spirit. You recalibrate from stress and anger and fear back to love, back to peace, back to ease. Now, this last week, I was at the Unity Worldwide headquarters annual summit. It was 2 days. It was mostly virtual. There were over 200 of us, and there were over 160 some people that were online. So there weren't that many people at the village this time, but we were all coming together. And the annual summit this year had a little bit of workshop type experience, had lots of reports, lots of Q&A times. It was just a real rich experience, much richer than I anticipated. I was resistant. I was like, oh, I don't want to sit on Zoom for 2 full days. And then I kept staying on Zoom, and I kept going out and talking to my husband. It's like, this is really good. That was really good. That was pretty interesting. And one of the things that they shared was a brand new social action statement, social justice action statement. It'll be on the website in a couple of weeks, so I don't have it. I don't have access to it yet. But this morning, I came across the statement that our Centers for Spiritual Living, our spiritual sisters, have published. And it's written for the transgender community. But I want you, when I say transgender, because I'm going to read it to you, it's not very long, but I want to read it to you because I want to inspire us. This is demonstration of a culture of love. So when I say transgender, that means any marginalized person, whether it's an immigrant or a person of color or a disabled person or a woman for that matter, any of the communities that are being, that are having experiences. Let's leave it right there. Okay, so it says in support of our transgender sisters and brothers, this is the Centers for Spiritual Living. At Centers for Spiritual Living, we stand firmly in the truth that all people are divine expressions of spirit, whole and perfect in their authenticity. We believe in the inherent dignity, worth, and sacredness of every individual, and we affirm the right of all people to live their most authentic lives in peace. We are appalled at the ongoing war on transgender people. This is where you also include immigrants and any marginalized community. An attack on the fundamental spiritual principle that each person is unique and unrepeatable manifestation of the divine. Any attempt to deny, oppress, or erase the sacred identity of another is an act of fear, not love. As students of science of mind, we know that love is the only power. We will not stand idly by while our siblings in spirit are harmed. In alignment with our core teachings, we affirm a world that works for everyone. A world where all are free to be who they are, express their truth, and thrive in safety and joy. We call upon our spiritual community and all people of faith to stand in love, to rise in support, to speak truth, and to act boldly in support of our transgender family. I'm adding our immigrant family and friends, our marginalized, our disabled, our difference, our people of different faith, our people of different color, our people of different love interests, all people. We are called to stand in love, to rise in support, to speak truth, and to act boldly in support of all people. It finishes with this paragraph. We speak a word of healing for any wounds caused by misunderstanding, rejection, or harm. We affirm that every transgender person, every person is a perfect and whole expression of the divine. Their identity is sacred, unfolding of truth, beauty, and authenticity. There's nothing to fix, nothing to change, only the fullness of spirit revealing itself in infinite ways. Why do we need to stand in the possibility and hold the dream, the Delulu bold dream of a world that has a global culture of love? Because that's the way. Our way shower Jesus said, love is the way and the truth and the life. We know that God is love and love is God. We know that spirit, the very essence of our being, is love. It's time to bring that more so into action. We know this. In order to see something different, we have to first conceive it, then be it, believe it, and do it. To get a result that you've never had before, which is what we're wanting, requires us to do something that we've never done before. We're being called. We're being called to up level. We're being called to stand in love and in grace and in kindness and in oneness with all people. And so how do we do it? Well, I challenge you to take this as a practice, at least until, next Sunday when you get a new message, at least until I get there in a few weeks' time, at least for 30 days, you pick your challenge, right? Every day, what would the world look like if we were a global culture of love? Let that question guide you in your thoughts, your words, and your actions. And let's take a look in our time of meditation at what that might look like. So take a breath in. Close your outer eyes. And settle into this question. What might the world look like? What might my world look like if it had as its foundation love? And so together we activate and we invoke and we call in a beautiful childlike energy of curiosity and innocence that helps us move from the mundane to the magical, from the reality of what we see to the possibility of what we can be. Choosing to serve your own higher heart, choosing to serve the higher heart of the world. Move into that sacred space, the stillness of your own heart, the field of your spiritual heart. And as you do so, imagine seeing in front of you a golden circle, or perhaps a big drive-in movie theater screen. And in that circle and on that screen, allow a movie to play. Become the observer of what the world does look like with a global culture of love. Step into that circle, settle into your comfy chair and watch the screen. And for a few moments, explore this global culture of love. Notice as you explore, what else can you see? What does it look like, feel like, sound like? What's different? And as you lean into this possibility that already is, feel yourself immersed and basking, activating these ideas through your circle, through your movie theater, through the field of your spiritual heart, through the quantum. And we bring it forth by choosing, by receiving one action. What is one thing that you can do today from this place of a global culture of love that will close the gap, that will begin to activate the qualities? What is the one action that you can take to bring this possibility into our world today? Feel yourself committing to this one action and feel yourself placing it in your very own heart. And know that every single action we take is equivalent to planting a daffodil seed, a daffodil bulb. And so let your heart in this time of personal commitment be filled with gratitude. Gratitude and appreciation, with commitment. Today I seed, and I act, and I believe, and I call forth, and I invoke the global culture of love. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen.
I feel very blessed to have had Reverend Aliza with us this afternoon. And please join me in thanking her for being with us and sharing her message. In just a moment, we get to hear some more awesome music from our music team. And during that song, we appreciate you taking the opportunity to contribute a love offering in support of our wonderful community. Your donations are vital to everything you experience here today, as well as our ongoing work to fulfill our mission of being your spiritual home, where all may feel free to explore and express each one's unique gift to transform our lives and the world around us. You can give your love offering to an usher coming around or click the link to contribute online. We'd love everyone to consider setting up an automatic giving to provide sustainable support to our community. In whatever way you choose to share your gifts, we are so grateful. And let us now bless our love offering together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful.
If you want it, you can have it. Ha! All you gotta do is just reach right out and grab it. If you want it, ha! You can have it. All you gotta do now is just reach right out and grab it. Step on up. Step into your power. Step on up. Step into your power, child. Step on up. Yeah, step into your power. Step on up. Step into your power, child. Hey. All you need, you already own. It was given to you on the day you were born. Anything your heart can dream, you can make it a reality. Step on up. Yeah, step into your power. Step on up. Child, step into your power, child. Step on up. Yeah, step into your power. Step on up. Step into your power, child. Here we go.
Come on and stand up, guys. You know you want to.
Yeah, Jennifer, why aren't you dancing, girl? Come on. Yeah, that's it.
There we go.
Now, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to fall. It's a getting back up. It's gonna make you so strong. Only God made only one like you. So come on, baby, baby, just do what you were born to do. Step on up, step into your power. Step on up, step into your power, child. Step on up, hey, step into your power. Step on up, step into your power, child. Oh. Step on up. Step into your power. Step on up. Step into your power, child. Step on up. Step into your power. Come on, people. Step on up. Step into your power, child. Oh. Step on up. Step on up. Step on up. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to thank Casey, our guest drummer today.
Thank you, music team. You inspire me. We have a few more announcements before we close the service today, starting with please remember to join us after the service in the social hall for food and fellowship, our second Sunday potluck. We're celebrating February birthdays with a beautiful and delicious cake made by the multi-talented Rodney Huddleston. Ooh. We also have our Caring Connection Circle with Jeanette. In this unique group experience, each person will be given time to speak what's on their heart and mind without interruption or comments, while other attendees practice active listening with open hearts. With all that's going on in our world and in our day-to-day lives, it is a wonderful opportunity to lighten your load in a safe space. We invite you to give it a try Thursday, February 13th from 6:30 to 7:30. To provide a safe space for sharing our most authentic selves, the Zoom link won't be shared publicly, and we ask that those interested in participating sign up using the link or the QR code. We look forward to sharing this powerful experience with you. On Thursday, February 20th, you're invited to enjoy an interfaith concert. The concert starts at 7 p.m. at the All People's Church in East Fort Worth and supports North Texas Transportation Network, an organization that provides travel grants to North Texas families seeking out-of-state health care for trans and gender-diverse minors. Unity Fort Worth is one of the proud sponsors of this event and works with the NTTN Unity Fort Worth is one of the proud sponsors of this event and the work that NTTN is doing. Tickets for the concert are only $5, and you will also have the opportunity to make additional donation in support of NTTN. Use the link or the QR code to get your tickets and make a donation. We have our Stepping Stones weekend coming up. In case you've missed this bit of news, our senior minister job is officially live on Unity Worldwide website. We hope that you've been using our affirmation to attract We hope that you've been using our affirmation to attract in your own practices and prepare yourself and your consciousness for our next era in ministry. Let's say this together. As we co-create, is it up there? Okay. As we co-create our next era in ministry, we have already attracted the perfect spiritual leader. And so it is. As we await the physical manifestation of this perfect minister for us, we continue our transitional journey to bring forth the biggest, boldest, most brilliant becomingness of Unity Fort Worth with the Stepping Stones weekend with Reverend Aliza. On Saturday, March 1st, from 1 to 5 p.m., Reverend Aliza is leading us through a workshop on healthy congregations, what they look like and how to be one. You can pre-register for the workshop by using the link or the QR code to make the check-in easier and to sign up to volunteer. Then Reverend Aliza will join us in person for Sunday service on Sunday, March 2nd, and we'll wrap up the weekend with our Community Connections gathering after service. It truly has been a joy and a gift having each of you with us today, physically and electronically. Join us in the social hall for the potluck right now after service. Remember to get your prayer bears, and we'll see you again at our next service next Sunday at 1 p.m. Until then, I affirm you are safe, you are well, and you're going to have a wonderful week. Please rise to sing our peace song, followed by the prayer for protection.